Album rollouts. The most important thing after you finish your album is definitely the rollout. And there have been some really good ones recently. Some examples of a good album rollout are Let God Sort 'Em Out, Chromacopia, and Dopamine. These rollouts actually generated hype. And then there's the artists who just don't care. In this video, I'm going to focus on album rollouts that were terrible in recent memory. The first rollout I'm going to cover is the infamous Music rollout by Playboi Carti. This rollout had like 5 mini rollouts in between. There was the singles from late 2023 to early 2024, which included Different Day, Hood by Air, 2024, Ketamine, etc. This was the perfect rollout, by the way, and I don't know why he didn't drop. There was also the mid-2024 rollout. Carti had previewed Timeless at the Weeknd's concert, and he had a bunch of buzz around his name. He had NBA teams telling him to drop the album, and this dumbass just dropped All Red. We had the All Red rollout. Then in late 2024, which people finally thought he'd drop the album, because he was spamming the 2024 music phrase, people thought it would drop after the Rolling Loud performance. But of course he didn't drop it. This resulted in some legendary crash outs. But of course, in March, he finally dropped the album. But I'm pretty sure he was forced to do it. Also, before the Music rollout, we had the Narcissist rollout too, which was an album that just didn't drop. Another rollout that is terrible and still currently happening is Roddy Ricch's The Navy album. This man hasn't fallen off, bro. His shit got set back to 0. At this point, this album's been delayed like 12 times. This album also has like a total of 3 people excited for it at this point. This album is a perfect example of why you should not take so long to drop. Roddy Ricch just isn't relevant enough to do something like this. Another pretty bad album rollout is Young Thug's Ew Scooty. It was supposed to drop way back in May of this year. The rollout started terribly with a pretty mid single coming out. Like, it wasn't bad, it was just forgettable, and it was very bad for Young Thug and Future song. Then it was just silence for ages. He performed at Summer Smash and did an unreleased song with Ken Carson. But a couple weeks before the album came out, a bunch of phone calls from when Thug was in jail started coming out. And he was just crashing out on all of these people he's worked with before. And he was also cheating. A song leaked and he went on a couple interviews. He used all these phone calls leaking as a way to roll out his album. The album cover came out and it was just him as a white guy. And the reason the album went viral when it came out was because the first song he just started spamming slurs. The album was unbelievably mid to even bad. I'm gonna keep this one short, but the Jack Boys 2 rollout felt extremely slow with all these snippets they were teasing. The rollout for the new Ty Dolla $ign album took forever. It had like 10,000 delays. The rollout for the new Kanye album has been generationally bad. In between Vultures 2 and Bully, this man has become a Nazi and a Diddy glazer, as well as a bunch of other things that I can't even remember. The leaks are fully AI generated. He dropped some weird mini collab album with Diddy's son. He had a full Nazi album get cancelled. He went from working with goats like Mike Dean to working with fucking Dave Blunts. And Dave Blunts doesn't even want to work with Kanye anymore, that's crazy. Kanye's dropped some mini singles / EPs or whatever they are for this album. And yeah, it's just AI slop, man. Hurry Up Tomorrow had some weird single choices and he delayed the album a lot. The Weeknd also changed the cover last second, which is a weird choice because it was a big part of the rollout. One of the singles, Dancing with the Flames, wasn't even on the album at the end. I also want to say delaying your album has become way too common and it will slightly damage the hype of your album. Some examples of this are Psychotic by Osama Sun, Dangerous Summer by Metro Boomin, and Ew Scooty by Young Thug. Like, it obviously won't fully kill the hype for your album, but it's just dumb to do. I'm ending this video with the most infamous album rollout of all time. Or at least recent memory. Don't Be Dumb by A$AP Rocky. This fuck-ass album rollout has made his fans lose years of their lifespan from stressing. Testing dropped in 2018. Carti has dropped 2 albums since then. He's dropped like 20 singles, but these singles do not add up to the quality of an album. Shit, his last single, Pray for the Gang, didn't even chart on Apple Music's top 200. And he deleted the music video off of YouTube because it did so poorly. At this point, I think most people think the album just isn't ever gonna drop. He's too busy smashing Rihanna than actually making music at this point. The community finally had hope in August of 2024 when he announced the release date, but of course he didn't drop. At this point, he's probably fumbled around 90 rollouts. You know, early this year we had some hope too. We had the Rolling Loud performance, and he beat his case. Nothing came of this. He's gotta change his name to Snippet Man, bro. So many snippets that nobody gets excited when they see one anymore. A$AP took so long that nobody cares for this rollout anymore, and if he ever drops it, it's probably going to flop. He should just surprise drop and end his music career at this point, because I don't think we're going to get any more albums if he ever does drop Don't Be Dumb. Thank you guys for watching this video. If there's any albums I forgot to include, you should leave them in the comments.